Question 53.11. Questioner: why does this occur? Answer: I am Ra. When it occurs, it is quite rare and occurs either due to the Orion entity's lack of perception of the depth of positivity to be encountered, or due to the Orion entity's desire to, shall we say, attempt to remove this positivity from this plane of existence. Orion tactics normally are those which choose the simple distortions of mind which indicate less mental and spiritual complex activity. Question 53.12. Questioner: I have become aware of a very large variation in the contact with individuals. Could you give me general examples of the methods used by the Confederation to awaken or partially awaken the wanderers they contact? Answer: I am Ra. The methods used to awaken wanderers are varied. The center of each approach is the entrance into the conscious and subconscious in such a way as to avoid causing fear and to maximize the potential for an understandable subjective experience which is meaning for the entity. Many such occur in sleep, others in the midst of many activities during the waking hours. The approach is flexible and does not necessarily include the close encounter syndrome, as you are aware. Question 53.13. Questioner: what about the physical examination syndrome? How does that relate to wanderers and Confederation and Orion contacts? Answer: I am Ra. The subconscious expectations of entities cause the nature and detail of thought form experience offered by Confederation thought form entities. Thus, if a wanderer expects a physical examination, it will perforce be experienced with as little distortion towards alarm or discomfort as is allowable by the nature of the expectations of the subconscious distortions of the wanderer. Question 53.14. Questioner: well, are those who are taken on both Confederation and Orion craft then experiencing a seeming physical examination? Answer: I am Ra. Your query indicates incorrect thinking. The Orion group uses the physical examination as a means of terrifying the individual and causing it to feel the feelings of an advanced second density being such as a laboratory animal. The sexual experiences of some other subtype of this experience. The intent is to demonstrate the control of the Orion entities over the Terran inhabitant. The thought form experiences are subjective and, for the most part, do not occur in this density. Question 53.15. Questioner: then both Confederation and Orion contacts are being made and close encounters are of a dual nature as I understand it. They can either be of the Confederation or of the Orion type of contact. Is this correct? Answer: I am Ra. This is correct, although the preponderance of contacts is Orion-oriented. Question 53.16. Questioner: well, we have a large spectrum of entities on Earth with respect to harvestability, both positively oriented and negatively oriented. Would the Orion group target in on the ends of this spectrum, both positively and negatively oriented, for contact with Earth entities? Answer: I am Ra. This query is somewhat difficult to accurately answer. However, we shall attempt to do so. The most typical approach of Orion entities is to choose what you might call the weaker-minded entity that it might suggest the greater amount of Orion philosophy to be disseminated. Some few Orion entities are called by more highly polarized negative entities of your space-time nexus. In this case they share information just as we are now doing. However, this is a risk for the Orion entities due to the frequency with which the harvestable negative planetary entities then attempt to bid and order the Orion contact just as these entities bid planetary negative contacts. The resulting struggle for mastery, if lost, is damaging to the polarity of the Orion group. Similarly, a mistaken Orion contact with highly polarized positive entities can wreak havoc with Orion troops unless these crusaders are able to depolarize the entity mistakenly contacted. This occurrence is almost unheard of. Therefore, the Orion group prefers to make physical contact only with the weaker-minded entity. Question 53.17. Questioner: then in general we could say that if an individual has a close encounter with a UFO or any other type experience that seems to be UFO related, he must look to the heart of the encounter and the effect upon him to determine whether it was Orion or Confederation contact. Is this correct? Answer: I am Ra. This is correct. If there is fear and doom, the contact was quite likely of a negative nature. If the result is hope, friendly feelings, and the awakening of a positive feeling of purposeful service to others, the marks of Confederation contact are evident. Question 53.18. Questioner: thank you. I did not wish to create the wrong impression with the material that we are including in Book 1. I may find it necessary to add some of this material. As I say, I know that it is transient, but I believe it is necessary for a full understanding, or, shall I say, a correct approach to the material. I'll ask a few questions here, but if you do not care to answer them, we'll save them. I would like to ask, however, if you can tell me what, for the most part, the Confederation entities looked like? Answer: I am Ra. The fourth density Confederation entity looks variously depending upon the, shall we say, derivation of its physical vehicle. Question 53.19. Questioner: do some of them look just like us? Could they pass for Earth people? Answer: I am Ra. Those of this nature are most often fifth density. Question 53.20. Questioner: I assume that the same answer would apply to the Orion group. Is this correct? Answer: I am Ra. This is correct. Question 53.21. Questioner: can you tell me why name has so many silver flakes on her? Answer: I am Ra. This is infringement. No. Question 53.22. Questioner: thank you. Can you tell me why I got sick during Carla Rueckert's talk? Answer: I am Ra. We scan your thoughts. They are correct, and therefore we do not infringe by confirming them. The space-time of your allotted speaking was drawing near, and you came under Orion attack due to the great desire of some positively oriented entities to become aware of the law of one. This may be expected, especially when you are not in a group lending strength to each other. Question 53.23. Questioner: thank you. Can you comment on my and the instruments, if she approves so-called ball of lightning experiences as a child? Answer: I am Ra. This will be the last query of this working. You were being visited by your people to be wished well. Is there any other query of a brief nature we may answer? Question 53.24. Questioner: I apologize for asking many transient questions during this session. I felt it necessary to include some of this material so that those wanderers and others reading the first book of the Law of One would not get the wrong impression with respect to their experiences and contacts. I am sorry for any problems that I might have caused. I will just ask if there is anything that we can do to aid the contact or to aid the instrument. Answer: I am Ra. The instrument is well. Please guard your alignments carefully. We leave you now, my friends, in the love and in the light of the one infinite Creator. Go forth, therefore, rejoicing in the power and the peace of the infinite Creator. Adonai.